I'm fly, yes, I'm high. Yes, everyone that gets to this guy. Yes, go out tonight, I just might. Yes, style cleaner than yours, so don't buy. Yes, I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
What's going on, everybody? It's in the chat, it's in the room. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and start off with the business. If you want to join my tribe, let's get my site, go ahead and subscribe. Like the video, share the video, turn on notifications. Make sure you hit all when you turn on notifications. Comment below and comment in the chat. That's it. What's going on, Busy?
Tacky try, draw my thing, get it da da da. You know what? I just realized in your intro you had that big old white jacket on. What year was that? You didn't have no hair. You had like a white. It looked like a white jean jacket with a white shirt on. You was giving like it looked like the early 90s.
I mean, it's like 10 years ago. So.
Is it 10 years ago? You had no hair.
Yeah, it was probably like 10 years ago. Well, it was probably like 12 or 13 years ago now.
Okay, so I was like 9, 10. You were
a white jacket. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, play it again. It's your show.
Let me see what you're talking about.
It's the last one. It's literally the last one.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes, everyone that gets to this guy, yes, go out tonight, I just might, yes, style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes, I'm so debonair, so debonair, I'm so debonair, so debonair, I'm so debonair, so debonair, I'm so debonair, so debonair.
You know the one had the feather in the back?
It looked like it was a button down or a button.
Yeah, it was a button down.
Yeah.
That's why I know what you was talking about.
Very huge.
It was, well, back then we wore our clothes big.
I saw some pictures. My mom used to do the same thing. So how you doing today?
I thought you just
How are you today? What's up? What's up, chat? So I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm here. Because I went up and down the internet, okay, talking about how I was not going to review the reunion, and I was standing firm on that. And if I did want to review the reunion, I was going to do it members only. Right now, you can't go to my channel; you can see the review, but after that, it's gonna be members only. After today, well, after 24 hours, it's going to members only, and you can just watch the highlights. But me and him did a video together, and I kind of messed it up. I'm taking responsibility because I was showing clips. And then NBC Universal was like, girl, that's mine. Okay. So they took his video down. And since he said he didn't know how to work it, I said I'll do a video with him today. But y'all heard it here first. I'm striking that video if you put it back up. Y'all heard it here first. I'm not playing with him. I am striking that video because now he got me here to do this review with y'all in front of this techie tribe and y'all darts. If that video come back up, I'm striking this channel. And y'all go strike it too. Strike as me. Say you're me. Use my name, my email address. Strike as me. Okay? Say you're me. Okay? But yes, I'm excited. Did you like the reunion?
I thought it was pretty good. The first episode was really good.
Did you?
Yes, I thought it was pretty good. I think they all, even Giselle to me, look nice. Now that I can see her sitting down without the whole thing looking like the whole thing.
Although you think so? Let me see what they look like. I think I have a picture of them. Yeah, I have a picture of them. You want to show it?
Is this a video?
No, this is not a video.
Okay.
Please, thank you. But they're not standing up. I love the way that they look as they were sitting.
I wish
Ashley all the way. Her forehead is so prominent.
I wish Giselle was on the other side though.
Why?
Because I like how I guess Giselle doesn't have that train though. I like how Escala, Mia, and Karen's train is like sitting and their legs are crossed.
And that's what I hated about it. It looks just so rehearsed. It looks so y'all all went to the same stylist.
But their dresses are all different.
Yeah, but they got the same pink train. It gave me fake and phony.
Okay.
And you see Karen's is on the other side because I guess was that how her dress was made? Because her train is coming from the other side, her left side.
It looked like Mia is on the same side, but she put it under her legs and put it up. So there's a scholars.
Yes, Skylar and Mia's on the same side. It looked like Karen's is not. Maybe that's because how she crossed her legs across.
They're all on the same side, but Mia and Ascala are sitting on theirs.
Okay.
Because you can tell like how Mia's is coming from under her legs, and so is Ascala's. But it looked like it's coming from the other side, like where Karen's is. But Karen just didn't move hers to the other side.
Look at how Robyn is sitting.
I feel like Robyn did not. I like what she has on, but I feel like that wasn't pink, right?
I don't know what Robyn got on. Her makeup looked a mess. She just looked. She came in the room looking sweaty, like she was just like blah 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 blah. She just looked a mess the whole entire time. I don't know who y'all think was the best dress. Put it in the chat. Take a try. Put it in the chat. Who y'all think?
I kind of feel bad for her because it's like she's just sitting there this entire time. When she finally did get to talk, Wendy interrupted her, and it was just like a disaster.
Wendy got on my nerves this whole reunion.
Did she?
She did. She just didn't know how to. She just had an act. Just had an act for her. Just like, ugh. Okay. Pink.
I enjoy. I enjoy Wendy. I think that my new favorite is Wendy and Mia.
I know. I did love. I saw Wendy today on the Wendy Williams show, hosted by that white man who I don't think even likes black women. And she was saying how she's tired of people trying to crucify Candice when everybody up on the stage acts the same way, right. And they need to stop trying to put things on Candice. And I said, "Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it?"
I think she's the best thing that actually happened to Candice for this franchise because she does stick with Candice. But she also
people sticking together.
But I think that I think that's a good thing. I think that she has that backup. You know what I'm saying? I think that people just kind of forget that Wendy is like her. Like they have the same skin tone. So sometimes when we're having these conversations, I'm like, but Wendy's still there, y'all. And she's not really having this. And I like the fact that Wendy learned the art of shade this season. So
did she?
She did.
I felt like she was just she was a rabbit dog the whole time. No. TikTok, TikTok. Who's gonna try me today? TikTok. I'm coming in. Said when has time. I do have time to you are dismissed. Please don't touch my shoulder. Oh my god. That's what she was doing the whole entire time.
She definitely fumbled on that first read that she tried. But after that, she got it right.
TikTok. I am said when. I am said when. And said when has time today. TikTok.
I would love to see how a scholar's role plays into this next season.
If her mother's not there, who knows?
Whose mother?
If she's not dragging her mother down on the internet, on the television show every episode, we're not sure what Mia's story is going to look like.
I said a scholar.
Oh, I don't know if a scholar's just going to be a friend of the show still. I don't need any more housewives.
I think they're going to bring her on as a.
I don't need any more.
Because the fans loved her.
We loved her fashion. We needed a break from seeing Giselle's, but I don't think she should be a housewife.
I do.
I think she was a good addition. She wasn't interesting enough to me.
I think she came in not like. I think maybe why I can't even relate to her is because it's probably something that I would do. I will come in and read the room like the entire season, so I know where I want to sit. And
hopefully they bring you back the next season.
And luckily her fashion wasn't good enough to bring her back.
Child, I want to bring Giselle current. Giselle's like, okay, sis, whatever. You can't afford me. What does the scholar do? What does her husband do? Who is she?
We didn't get a chance to know, but I think that's also a reason why she's gonna be able to come back, because now we'll get to learn about a scholar and her family and who she is. I think she's probably the most. If Robyn can come every season, Skylar can come back as a housewife.
But we've known Robyn, and Robyn has given us show and story. Like, I remember that first season, she had me crying down to that girl's trip, and she was like, it just all happened so fast, and we didn't even know. I was crying. I was crying when she talked about how she got broke. It was so sad. And then when they did the psychic and they got to his mother, and his mom was like, finally, y'all getting together. Like, she's giving us story. Now, Robyn can take a break here and there. Let the girl take a break here and there. I'm here for it.
I thought it was a good first episode for a reunion. We got a lot of content. I feel like this next two are gonna be like fillers, and then we're gonna get all the good stuff on the last one though.
We are sure. Because I will say, I thought they was gonna drag the girl Candice a little bit longer than they did. So I am excited that they only put their foot on and took it off. But I will say we haven't even gotten to the scene yet. So excuse me, who's to say they're not gonna still try to drag her?
I think they gave you a clip because people like you would go off about it. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna make decisions on it. But it wasn't. I knew it wasn't gonna be what was given in that clip.
We're not sure. We haven't gotten to.
It's marketing.
We haven't gotten to your mama and all that stuff yet.
Right.
We just haven't. So I'm not.
But I mean, they've already kind of talked about it though.
Well, we haven't gone through the scenes. We surfacely talked about her. And the nerve, as you're talking about my story, you bring in Mia's mom. Like, what is this about? Well, we start to learn that you're a triple threat. Let's watch. And now they're going through my story. Yeah, I got that ex-con crackhead mother in my scenes. That's no. I didn't like it.
I think we're gonna see a different Candice next season.
Let's hope not. Because the show will go downhill.
I don't think it's gonna go downhill.
The girls love to hate her. And if she is just acting regular, like say Candice didn't do anything this season, what would y'all be talking about?
I don't think that anyone wants her to act regular. What I do like is that Candice knows how to shade. Like we saw that this season. She knows how to shade. It just when she gets to the other stuff. One thing I will say is this, and I listened to your video that you made the other day. One thing I will say is this: I think that people were sitting on two different sides of the Your Mama thing, because one, we're already previewed to the story about Mia's mom, and she wasn't, and so the way everybody was looking at it was not maybe the way that Candice was looking at it, but then she just doubled down again, and then now on the reunion she's gonna say it again. So it's almost like, I get it, but I guess I get both sides.
You know what? And I'm going to say shout out to the diva, not Funky Diva, Erica De Niro, who was saying that. And what I love about how she gives Candice advice is that every time somebody says something, you just go off the handle. Just do it. Because then they'll let people know to shut up and stay off your back. The problem is sometimes Candice want to cry and be the victim. At this point, next season, what she need to do is just cuss everybody out. I said what I said. Do the Nene leaks. Do dirty drags. And then just be like, so what? And it ain't changing over here. And then the people going to be like, you know what? Then I'm just not going to mess with them anymore. Because, you always get that one person in your school who's like, okay, you can like go back and forth with this person. But if she bring her cousin in, she just shut up. Because her cousin, she gonna fight you. It don't matter what you say.
But I think that's also the setup with Candice for them too, though. It's almost like, let's spar with Candice because we know she's going to go off the wall and then she's going to look bad. So that's why I think that's a lot of the reasons, even why when I when we started off doing the reviews, I said, this season I'm really going to try my hardest to like Candice. And for the most of the season I did. I didn't really have a lot of problems with her. I mean, I defended Chris. I was down for her because she was really doing a good job. And then I did have to separate my own personal feelings when it came down to your mama thing, because again, I knew what she didn't know. And if she didn't really know it, I get it. But from when they asked it, and then Ashley and Wendy was looking like, girl, you knew. I don't know if she did or she didn't know. I don't know.
I don't think she knew because nobody told her, and Ashley also didn't know. She hadn't been around.
No, when they were at the when they got to the house, Ashley had already knew because Giselle Robyn already told her.
Ashley said, and I had to rewatch. I rewatched that after show. Ashley did not know. She said it. She said herself. I'm telling you what Dorothy said. You gonna argue with Ashley? Ashley said she didn't know.
No, I watched it too. She said she did know. She said she didn't know if Candice didn't know.
She said she didn't know as well.
We watched Robyn tell her before she went on the trip.
Child, I'm not gonna do this with you. Y'all go ahead. I'm not gonna pull it. I'm just gonna send you the clip so you can watch it yourself. Because I
watched it. She had them. It was the after show.
You didn't see the same one I saw apparently. Let me make sure you go to the real Bravo. Let me make sure you go into the real place.
I'm on the Bravo Insiders.
Okay. Go ahead. Tell the people how we started.
What you mean? Wait, I forgot.
What you mean? Tell the people how we started. How to start the show.
You do this. I don't know what you're talking about. How we started this show together, or like this?
No, this episode.
Oh, well, it started out with Andy going to the rooms or whatever. I really didn't watch that part because I hate that part.
So we started the episode, y'all, and I'm gonna get to because he's not the best host, y'all. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna pull it up because Ashley says she did not know.
Well, I know how to start. I know how the show started. The show started with him going to their rooms or whatever. Bam. So they get onto the stage. Andy is asking them, they all look good. Mia, how do you feel for your first season? And then they pull up that video from Nicki Minaj, which is so cringeable to me. And then they start talking about, what did they start talking about first? Because I never can remember. That's why I was asking you to do it, because I never remember.
So they talk about first he talks about he welcomes everyone. He says asking Mia, asking Candice how they felt about Mia.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
First impressions about Mia.
And Candice said that she liked Mia, which I knew that she liked Mia
at first.
At first. I didn't realize that her and Mia really fell out that bad though, because when she was on Wendy Williams, she told Wendy that she loved her even after the whole show had been recorded. She said that Mia had hazed all them before they could haze her. Then they go over to Giselle, and Giselle, being the Virgo that she is, says, it was good at first. We know we had a rocky start and this, and then Candice interrupted her and said that Mia was lying. And Giselle was confused, like, girl, he just asked you why you didn't give all this when he's like, why you give all this when he asked you this? And she was like, because he said in the beginning. So, but I guess, and I understood that too, because in the beginning, Giselle and Mia's thing didn't start off that great. It was like, I like you, but then she has a good heart, but then text my manager if you want to talk to me. So I got it, because Candice and her didn't really fall until like later on into the season. So I understood why Candice was like, no. But I did think, I felt like Giselle felt. I felt like when Mia came in, she got laid it out. Like, this is, I had my whole body done, period.
Did she?
That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, she might have said some things that wasn't right, but that's what I like about Mia, though. I like the fact that Mia is just very random. She says random things, and Mia was just fun to me. I mean, I think the same thing that Candice and everybody thought when they first met her. She's fun to me.
She was a liar. And what made me frustrated is the and y'all, I'm gonna have to find which I'm gonna say it to her because I want him to apologize to me when Ashley says, great, because I want him to apologize to me when Ashley says, I didn't know about Mia's mom. And this was during the after show. Like when Candice said it, she didn't know about Mia's mom either. So it's plausible that Candice didn't know, because even Ashley didn't know. The only people who had conversations with her about it.
You're wrong, are you gonna apologize to me?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. If that's all it takes. Sure. Okay. I've got no problem saying I'm sorry. I was wrong. But I don't. What I don't like is this revisionist history that people have with regards to Mia. The lady came in lying on her. You be lying on your clit. You be lying on your clit. She was lying on her clit. She came in here saying, "Oh, you know, I had a radioplasty, a nose shot, boob shot, better shot. I got bigger hands, bigger feet, so I can stroke it better." She got all types of surgeries.
Okay.
And they're like, "Wait, you got your clit done?" I mean, no, I got a vaginal rejuvenation. Girl, well, which one was it? And then now the people trying to act like she lied. What did she? What did I lie about? What happened? What did I lie about? Girl, you know what you lied about? Everything. You wasn't a stripper. I served drinks. Okay. Then the next time, well, I did strip. Girl, you lied.
But they showed that actually Mia
you lied.
They showed that Mia actually told them that full story on the reunion, and I like what Mia said at the end of it, because when Candice was asking her, about I think asking her did she have a C-section, they were trying to figure out why she had her private
why
part.
Your box was so pounded and you like missionary, and you
but no one
after the C-section.
But she never said that her box was pounded. That's what they said. What she said,
like,
but she said she was like, I just want to have it done. I think that's really what it was. But I do like the fact that when Candice asked her, she was like, so you, I think she said something about stripping. I was thinking about that dress, and Candice said, well, you did strip. And Giselle was like, she said she stripped. And then Mia finished the story. She said, you know, I did take off the dress. I had on my little boy shorts or whatever. And she said, and then Robyn was like, oh, you didn't finish the story. She's like, I can't get it out because y'all let me finish it. Which is true. Like, it's hard to get out a full story with them. So I understood that. And you know that's true.
No, we heard her full stories. Her full story comes with holes. I'm sorry. You don't know that that's true, and that's okay. I'm not going to go back and forth with you about that. The lady, and we've seen her tell full stories, and she'll be like, in the story,
right,
the next time, she'll have to clean it up and do something else. She says she be having that much sex, and when he say you be having, but you like missionary, right? Oh, yes, so that's why you got fixed up. It's because when you get done, your box is so beat up for missionary. What is the reason?
She said that's her favorite position. That doesn't mean that's the only sex that they have, though.
Her box,
and even Andy asked her. Even Andy asked her. He said, "You don't even know how big G's thing is," which we did see G in that kitchen. Which we did see G in the kitchen going like this about his penis. So we know it's not small. From what he said. That's what he said. I mean, I can't judge the man because I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay. Remember the editing, the producers and editing make it shady as hell. She is a ex-stripper prostitute who got 10 stacks for 2 hours.
She got a 10 stacks per hour.
Doesn't matter to me. Ex-stripper prostitute, and she knows that. That's what she told Candice. I only talk about things that I we'll get into that. So they talk about Mia coming in with a bang, her lying ass, Scholar Curler, her messy Mia. Y'all remember when Andy was like, "Oh, so you just got everything done like a mommy makeover," and Wendy was like, "Oh,
that is not a mommy makeover."
I got a mommy makeover now. I don't know. Nobody touched my clit, girl. Nobody rejuvenated or did nothing down there. Don't you put that on me. Okay, I still gotta go to work. Wendy was not fucking with y'all.
I just think it was. I thought it was cool that even in that, I think Mia's giving me a little Giselle. It's like, you know, come at me with y'all guy. I'm gonna laugh it off. Well, Giselle's like stone face it off. Mia laughs it off.
Thank you, Miriam. For some reason, the people try to act like she never lied, and this is what my problem was. Everybody was like, "What? She?"
But she went back and fixed it though.
But that doesn't mean she did not lie.
She said she didn't remember.
I'm not playing these games with you. I am not doing this game of semantics with you.
No, what she said was the age gap. Then she said the ages. That is totally I can understand that because maybe she had the age gap wrong, but she said the age between them. She didn't lie about her age and his age.
So after that, they asked if there was a champagne. I'm not doing this with you. I promise you, I'm not doing this with you.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that.
Did they have a champagne?
I came in peace today. Barely. Pieces,
barely. So they actually had a champagne room, and y'all saw how Karen was getting a little disgusted because she was like, "What's a champagne room?" It's like when they go in the bag, you know. Wendy was letting her know, girl, when they go in the back and they start to get it clappy, and Karen was like, "Stop!" And she's like, "No, like that's really what it is," and I like this place because she said, "No, well, we have champagne areas. You can have sex all around the building, okay? So it's not a champagne room; it's champagne areas. You could get it. You could get it bumping in the parking lot if you wanted to, okay?"
I wanted the mics to pull up on Karen and Wendy's conversation because I thought like that was interesting.
What's that? What's the champagne room, girl? When
they be doing this.
When they be in the bag, girl. They also talk about, oh no, don't be trying to get me running through the thing. God, y'all, and if y'all catch it, y'all come back to this video. Oh, thank you, Ms. Reed. So then we go to them saying, oh, you know, we got tons and outpours of support for your mother, Mia. You know, how's your mother doing? Something she want to say? She said, well, first of all, my mother is praying for Candice. Girl, no, I don't need the blood of Jesus. I don't need your mother praying for me. Okay, let your mom pray for everybody else up on here. The blood of Jesus. I don't need your mom. You tell your mom to, if she need to pray to figure out where the snacks are. You said she baby get sitting again, girl. Are they gonna eat this time? Tell your mama to stay away from me. Okay, I got the armor of God. I don't need your mother.
I wanted to hear Giselle and her conversation too that they were having.
Really?
Yeah, because they were, when Candice was saying that, Giselle was saying something too. I want to hear what she was saying.
She was trying to tell her to stop. Don't do that. No, girl, I don't need her prayers.
She was like, no, don't say that.
Yeah, I don't need her prayers. I got everything I need on me. Holy water, okay? And they asked the question of, why does Mia act like she's self-made when G really handed her stuff? Now, it doesn't sound like G handed her anything except for the 10 stacks for her time when she was prostituting herself out in the strip club.
Well, she worked
outside of that. She did.
So he didn't just hand her that either.
Yeah, she worked for it. She went to the champagne room. She had that. Wait, let's talk.
There was no champagne room.
Can y'all imagine him?
There was a champagne area, not champagne room.
With no shoes on. Wait, let's talk. Yeah. Look.
Now, let me ask you a question.
And that's who you will fall in love with? Ew, don't touch me.
Let me ask you a question. Why was Giselle so educated on where she worked at?
I think they become friends.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they become friends. I know Giselle wants to get to know everybody in the group. So, you know, she was a first lady at one point. So I think that it's just her thing to talk to people, try to understand them. I think it helps in some instances when she's understanding everybody's perspective. Now, she don't have the biggest heart, I don't think, to people outside looking in, but I think that Giselle gets a chance to really know people and what they're going through if she does like you. Like, that's why she had so much love for Katie. When she loved, she knows Karen's business. They've been friends for years.
Yeah.
She knows Teresa's business. That's why she was able to take up for Candice. She's like, this is her baby. This is something she's been working on. We know her, what's going on with her and with Robyn. So I feel like she gets to learn and understand. And when she got a chance to look at Mia and talk to her and getting her story, I think she's taking a chance to get to know her. I hear now that Mia is now in Potomac. She has her house in Potomac. That's what I'm hearing. I saw one of the after shows.
I think I think honestly, I think that Giselle probably does have a big heart, but because she's so stone faced, y'all can't see it. But I think that, and I realized during the reunion when they were asking about her kids and all that other stuff, and she was saying, I became robotic because of her past trauma with her relationships. That was understandable to me because sometimes you don't get to understand a person because of their trauma. Like it takes a lot for even me to let people in my life, like to get emotionally connected. I don't know how you did it so fast, but a lot of people it is like it's hard
to break it through you to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because I see right through you. You fake, you phony, and I was like, I don't have time for none of this bull stuff. You had this wall up, and I was just like, okay, excuse me. Excuse me. No, I got time for all of this, man. Move this out of the way. Somebody said, why does that matter? Monique, Karen, Ashley were made by their wealthy spouses. Why can't Mia enjoy the same thing? That's what I said. I'm okay with her coming from the strip club to the penthouse. Let her get what she need to do. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can even add Candice to there because she was made by her mom.
That's that's generational wealth, which is different than this.
But she still didn't work for it, and her mom did.
Well, she already kind of had it.
Well, her mom had it.
We're not going to play semantics with you. I would hate the day that you decide to raise a child and the way that you're going to treat it.
I mean, I want you my child.
This up in here is mine. But y'all don't got nothing up in here. Y'all don't own nothing. This is my stuff. You sound like you want to be one of those parents where the child feels like now they have to break away from the child and make their own because their parents made them feel like they were not big enough or worthy enough in their family.
Their own thing. But I was still
yes, but with your encouragement and
I would invest in it. And all that.
Made this
but it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's not.
It is. They all became wealthy off of someone else.
Y'all know what? It's y'all black people, and it's sad to watch. Y'all just not okay with the fact that there was money that was passed down.
Okay, there was money passed down from the husband to the wife.
Yeah, but you had to find and marry that.
Okay, but that's a choice of the husband.
She came out the womb with it.
That's a choice. And Mia came out the womb with it.
No, she didn't. She came out the womb with it, and they took her.
The womb is what got her the money. The womb is what gave her the money. So
her box ain't the same as it was before.
And her husband paid to get it fixed.
We're not sure. She said that she did all that. She made all that money herself.
She said because she wanted to. So
anyway, I'm not gonna go down this road. All the people who gonna have children and say y'all not getting none of this, just put your champagne flutes in there because y'all on SoDebNair side. And those who are going to be increasing and progressing
I'm not even saying that.
Generational wealth. Put the B's in the comments. Let's just see how y'all gonna be treating your children's when they get older. I don't think that this is the same thing. She didn't have to marry. Candice married for love, okay? Because she don't need nothing that you got.
Absolutely. But these women all
she could have came on the show by herself.
I mean, they still been talking about her living in her mom's house, so that wouldn't have changed nothing. These women have children by these men, so I mean, of course, I mean,
it's not the same thing.
Okay.
So then they talk about her not sticking to her stories because they said, at one point you like Giselle. I thought she has a really good heart. I know people like her. Giselle has a good heart. And then in the next breath, she's like, it's questionable. It's questionable. Why couldn't you remember that? What Mia said was, and I can relate. I say what I feel in the moment. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, I feel that way. In the next moment, I don't like you. It could go either way. And you have to be careful when you live life like that, because I know that I get into this where sometimes they're like, well, didn't you just say, yeah, I did, but that's what I thought 2 seconds ago. Now I'm here. It's like Wendy Williams, she always say, I'm a woman. I have the right to change my mind. Mm-hmm. That's how I be feeling. After that, we get to the Giselle. They want to know who she dating. Right. She said, look, the man that you try to bring, what I did like is that they're like, oh, you think this man is worthy enough to bring around your children? That's their father. That's their father. But anyway, they try to figure out what guy she's dating. And she was like, y'all don't know the guy. You know, he's a political commentator. And, you know, Wendy, she thought she knew them.
Well, she did know.
Well, she knew someone that she dated before, but not the guy that she was dating.
But when she said who it was, Wendy still knew him.
She never said who it was.
Giselle, when Andy said his name, she said, yeah.
Van Jones?
Yeah. And then Wendy was like, he's not her type. Or
that was a joke. Do you know who Van Jones is?
I do know who that is.
That was a joke.
Okay.
You're lying, right? You're lying.
That's what she said.
That was a joke.
That she was dating him?
Deb, I'm gonna come over there.
I didn't know it was a joke. I thought she really dated him. I don't know who she's dating.
She's not dating Van Jones.
She said she wasn't dating him no more. I don't know. I don't know him personally, like his life.
I love you.
Why is that funny? Tell me why it's funny.
Because she's not dating no damn Van Jones. She's like, yep, that's what I'm dating. I'm dating Van Jones. Oh, that's not his type. He likes a woman of integrity. He likes white women. White women.
Andy was the one who asked her that.
I know, it being facetious.
Oh, okay. I believed it. I was like, maybe she was. I don't know.
Oh.
I thought she was dating.
Oh, God. They talk about the house and they want to know, oh, here's your chance. You're not going to pull it up?
Pull what up?
They talk about Giselle's house.
Oh, I thought you hated me pulling that up, but I mean, it's on cue. Giselle's house.
They're asking if it looks a little bit more cohesive. So today, what I did do is I Googled some pictures of her house, and I will say that it is starting to look like it's coming together. I can see now where the vision is. At first, I could not understand what they were trying to do, but then I saw some photos of like the new construction, and now I can kind of see where they're going with it. So yeah. So this right here is the symmetry is going to be, I think so. The symmetry looks like now it's going to be coming outward. So
we know that from the entranceway. Yes.
So this is what the house used to look like when she first bought it. Y'all remember this, right? And this is what the house. Hopefully, I can find that photo because it was a tweet actually. I hope I can find it. Let me see if we can go to this. The Jasmine brand. This is where her house is. So it looks like, because you see how she has this part of her house. Oh, wait, I'm on the Jasmine brand. Sorry. You see how she has this part of her house, right?
Right.
I think she's now about to start doing some symmetry and adding additions to full up the outside so that it all looks more cohesive. I'm glad she whitewashed her house or she removed some of the brick, which I can't believe she would do that, especially not in that area. So I'm thinking she whitewashed it. And now she's having these outward pieces so that it doesn't look like a chop and screw, because this part of the house is really messing it up. And I think what she's doing now is adding these symmetrical outward pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if this part of the house starts to get construction to make it a little bit higher, or moving around here where the garage and everything is and making a piece over there that is similar to this. I see it. I see the vision.
I think people are saying this is way too much work, but I also have to realize they live in Maryland, and it's expensive as hell to even rent or buy a house. So her spending her money on building a house, I know I make jokes about it all season, but her actually spending money to build a house that she actually wants, it's probably smarter in that area.
Oh, it's gonna cost so much money when she's done with it.
Yeah.
In that area, it's going to cost so much money. And she could just give that to her kids who they want to live there anyway. So I see that's coming together. They say that it's coming together. Karen said that she hasn't been there since the drive back, the drive through, drive in. But I think that it's coming together. They talked about Grace and her driving record and her trying to trying to get her driver's license, and they're saying like, look, it took me, how many times did it take you to pass your driver's test?
I passed it the first time.
Okay, it took me 2 times. Y'all put in the comments, how many times did it take you to drive your pass your driver's test? I was really bad. I always say it was the
but I also was driving
but it
way
was
before I should be driving too.
Oh yeah, my mother was like, no.
My dad used to like let us drive his car in the alleys all the time, so I knew like how to drive and what the signs were. Like when I was like maybe middle school, my dad was teaching me how to drive.
Yikes. It took me 2 times. It was the K turn. I want to say it was the parallel parking, but I feel like it was the K turn. I did not do well on the K turn. Some people don't call them K turns. Some people call them something else. Y'all call them K turns?
What's the K turn? What's the K turn?
K turn is when you drive in, back up, and then go the other way. Like instead of doing a U turn.
Oh, we didn't do that because that was illegal in Ohio. So we weren't allowed to even make U turns.
No, so it's not a U turn. It's a K turn. So you would drive to the other side of the street, back up, and drive out. So it's almost like you're turning around, but it's not called a K turn. What is it called, y'all? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all don't have to do K turns. What are some of the things you have to do? Somebody said, "Oh, we do U turns."
I never did that. When I took my driving test, we drove around the block. Then we got on the highway, and then we went back to the DMV. Or the
okay,
DMV.
So this is a K turn. I'm gonna show it.
Okay, so I've never heard of that. A 3-point turn. Mercer says
or 3 points or a 3-point turn. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't do that in my test at all.
But we call it a K turn. But it's the 3-point turn here because it looks like a K.
Why do you have to learn that?
So you can turn around and you're in the car instead of like if it's like blocked off, you know how to turn around. We call it a K turn where I'm from, and that's what this is.
He said we drove around the block and parked. That was it. It turned it into her forever home. Nothing wrong with that. She should partner with HET. Now that would have been good, and they probably would have even did that with her too. As a matter of fact, and did a whole special on it. That would have been really good for her. Mm-hmm. Parallel parking. Now that was the big thing in Ohio, was parallel parking. But I parallel park like I've been doing my entire life.
Yeah, I always so it was in New York State it's a K turn. But I'm hearing that people call it a 3-point turn, something else, whatever. So then after that, they talk about
that K turn looks like a mess, like Giselle's life. I never did that though.
I'm sure you've done a 3-point turn or a K turn. You just didn't call it that.
It was way different. It was, and that's where I'm from, Columbus, Ohio. So,
oh, it's a 3. So you've had to do a 3-point turn. It says it's a 3-point.
No. Shauna said yes. I was SoDebNair here in Columbus, Ohio, and yes, the driver's test out here is way different. The test that we did was how the hard part was parallel parking. And it was in cones though, but they took you on the street, you drove around the block, then it took you to the highway, make sure you drive on the highway, make sure you can switch lanes, get on and off the highway before somebody kill you, and you was done.
You had to get on the highway?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to get on the highway now.
Yeah,
I got nervous the first time I got on the highway, but
I'm honestly glad that they did that during my test because that was tricky for me, like trying to figure out how, like, when to actually get on there.
Y'all have a lot of highways, though.
Huh?
Y'all have a lot of highways and throughways.
Yeah, in Ohio, we definitely do because everything is separated.
Yeah, and we don't have, it wasn't like that in Rochester, but y'all have a lot of highways and throughways. You can just go through the city and you can get to everywhere. You can get to the suburbs, You can go from Rochester to Henrietta to Greece to around the corner. You can go everywhere in the main streets. You don't need to like get on a highway.
You start doing that K-turn, they're gonna pull you over. Like, sir, what are you doing?
No.
Step out the car.
By the law.
Step out the car, please. Step out the car, please. What's your driver's written registration?
I'm from New York, one of the better states.
Are you intoxicated?
I could be. So after that, they talk about her love life, and she's like, when did you break up with Jamal? You know, I don't know, spring, summer, fall show, summer reviews, spring, summer. She couldn't remember the dates, and they're just saying it's because he wasn't in a relationship. And I said this in my review, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm not sure, and I grew up in the church, but not in the church. Like I went to church with my grandma because she forced us to go, or Big Mama forced us to go, but I didn't grow up in the church. But I always remember the pastor saying, and even now when I'm Adventist, I don't go anymore, but I used to be an active Adventist. If you're not married, you single, and that's it. Like if you're not married in the church, if you're not married, you're single. And I can't imagine a pastor being like, no, I'm actually in a relationship. I can imagine a pastor being like, no. I'm not married, so I'm single. No. What I'm telling you, my experience. So
you're talking about pastors and their spouses. That's not how that works.
Oh, I'm telling you my experience.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought I said in my experience, and even being Seventh-day Adventist and the pastors that I've known, I thought I said that.
You've dated one?
I thought I said, have I dated a pastor? That's none of your business.
Okay, because you probably don't know what you're. I mean, talk about your experience. Go ahead.
Yes, in my experience, the pastors that I've had, okay, Pastor McCree, Pastor Samuel Watts, like the people that I know, they say if you're not married, you single. And I'm hearing from you that you have a different experience than mine. And now that I'm done talking about my experience in the churches that I've gone to, you can now tell me about your experience, but you can't say no to my experience. I've heard if you said that's not how that works. Well, I'm telling you my experience.
Well, that's not how it works for pastors.
And in my experience, the pastors would say, if you're not married, you're
that's how they probably with the congregation. That's probably why they were saying that.
Maybe.
And it makes sense. So I can legitimize my cheating, or my being a hoe in the church. But
go ahead. If
the pastor is dating someone, it's very known who the pastor is dating and that he's unavailable.
So all mine were growing up. You said, why? I want to know why they were discussing that. But Bernice, you said all the pastors growing up were married. So I've only known pastors who were married. But when they would talk to the congregation and try to get the people together, they'd be like, "Well, you're not married, okay? So." If you not, it didn't matter if you brought somebody here who was new to the church, you still single. Okay, till the ring was on your finger, you single, and the pastors made it known that you single. If you're not married, you single. That's it.
Michael Brown, you ain't lying.
Was. Pastors be in everybody DM, so don't make those, so they don't get to make those rules. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I have heard. That's what I've heard. If you're not married, you're single. And I'm hearing that other churches or other churches don't subscribe to that. I
don't think that's healthy, especially if people are in like serious relationships. Because just because we're not married, if we're in a serious relationship, you ain't single. We're seriously dating. We're getting to know each other. This is exclusive. So I don't think
that pastors will say you're single
because so that they can sleep with the congregation.
I don't know. Is that weird? Have anybody else heard that before? Or only dating pastors? Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. If you're not married, you're single. You may be courting, but if you don't check that box, courting isn't an option. If you're not married, you're single. That's what I've heard. But I'm hearing that it's an up and down. It's not a everyone church thing, and everybody has their own different backgrounds. That's cool.
I wish when I was dating.
You said what?
I wish a person would tell me that we agreed on exclusively dating. And you walking around talking because we ain't married, you single. Okay, you're gonna be single.
Oh, I already was. Mm-hmm.
So but there's no exclusively dating here anymore.
So we're just gonna keep getting.
They don't live here.
Just keep it going. Yeah, I was already single. So then they bring him up, and they're trying to bring in this whole boy. You got too much time in your hands, Andy Cohen. Well, I was on the internet and I read, why you looking at my ex-man? Like, you got too much time in your hands. Why you looking up Jamal Bryant?
Who you talking about, Wendy?
No, Andy Cohen.
I'm sure he followed that whole saga after last year's reunion.
Yeah, but you need to stay away from my man. You that pressed? Well, I was reading on the internet the other day. You still that pressed? You got Google alerts about Jamal Bryant on your phone? And that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. I didn't like that's just up in the pool. Like, I was like, I can't. Y'all tacky. I'll tickle him. Jennifer Love Spew said it's Andy's job to look that stuff up. Even does he know what's going on with Sherman too?
He probably does. RR.
And they tried to. I felt like they were trying to force her into feeling some type of way about it.
They were, but she's you cannot do that unless we feel that. We're not gonna feel it. So, and I think because she went back to Jamal, the emotional part was gone. It was like, I'm trying it again. Maybe we just having sex. What I'm going to tell y'all is that me and Jamal are dating again. But we don't know what their real arrangement really was.
If anything at all. They could have been, and I talked about this story. I do in my review how I was saying that I've gone back to someone feeling like, okay, let's just see. Mm-hmm. Ain't no rules.
Right.
Like, let's just see what we're going to do.
Right.
And it just worked out differently. But it didn't mean that we weren't dating or seeing each other. We were also trying to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And it seems like to me, some people just don't get that, or maybe they've never tried it. Now, the person I did it with was a Virgo too. Mm-hmm. But it was like, let's just see what it is.
Yeah. And I definitely think that's what her and Jamal did, because the way that she treated it, it wasn't as serious as everybody was bringing it, which is why Jamal could live in the phone. Because if it was serious, Jamal wasn't living in that phone for real.
They were trying. Didn't you cry? What about you? Couldn't? No, y'all know. I did not. I bought a house. Okay, I didn't get upset. There's nothing else I could do. Like, leave me alone. And they're trying to shame her into feeling some type of way. I didn't like it.
And Erica Reeves brings up a good point. That's because it wasn't an arrangement. She can't even recall the breakup because it wasn't really a breakup. They wasn't really together for real. In her mind.
I think it was just like, look, maybe this ain't gonna work, man. Yeah. They stopped talking maybe January, February.
She was like, listen, Jamal, I want to try it again. Let's see how it goes. They brought up on the show that they was in a relationship. Giselle's like, I just want to see if it's going to work again.
And it didn't. Karen tried to backtrack on, I wasn't shaming her. Girl, every time you was doing a confessional, I got to have cheese at my thing. Some people can't even have cheese, Giselle. And her man, she got no man. Like, every time she had something to say, she brought up the fact that Giselle didn't have no man. And then she told me something, okay, let me own it. I got to own it. Let me own it. Let me own it. Girl, ain't no let me own it. You kept bringing, it was therapy for me. It was therapy.
Well, they was catching her in lies. That's why she said, let me own it. And that's why she said what she said.
It's therapeutic for me. You've been dragging this lady about not having a man for the longest time, and the man don't make her.
But okay, so to me the difference is this: the reason why they drag Giselle about not having a man is because she drags them about their men. Mm-hmm. So I feel like their rebuttal is, "Girl, you don't even have one." Okay. That's why Wendy has done it. Candice has done it.
But the
Karen has done it. They all are doing
broken.
Huh?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
You know I'm better play this back, right?
You can do whatever you want to do.
But just tell me what you said.
Flip it and reverse it if you want to.
Is yours in between? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how I said it in Ohio. That's how I said it in Ohio. So They bring up the tax money. She said that has nothing to do with me. Karen is so funny or so phony, DV. They bring up the tax issue.
I would not pull that up.
DV says Karen is so phony with 4 O's, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna appreciate all commenters over here. Thank you so much for your comment. Feel free to super chat me in the form of a cash app at $BusyBlue because I love the support. I love the support.
I love when they support you.
Watch, I get $100 super chat. You're gonna be bad because all you had to do was highlight that thing. Let me just own it.
Her approach and drop the messiness. She'll attract a healthier relationship. Don't no man want all that messiness.
I don't think that she wants to drop her approach. I agree with her when she said that this has become a defense mechanism for me.
I believe it.
I see a lot of women or a lot of my friends. Let me make sure I'm thinking about my experience for somebody to say no. Some of my friends who have gone through some hard times who have just been like, look, I don't got time to be sitting here crying and sad and worried about this stuff right now. It's time to do your homework. I gotta figure out what we doing for food, what we about to do for the kids. So I gotta go to the school thing tonight. And then they want me to work overtime. I don't got time to think about no man or my emotions right now. I say go to bed. Like this is we're just gonna keep this going. So I can understand that she's not hardened.
Yeah, I think after getting out of a long-term relationship and a marriage, you are in that space. And then on top of that, Giselle has children. So when Giselle said this, it made sense. I posted on Twitter. I was like, y'all not gonna make Giselle cry on Twitter. I mean, on the show about this because she's not gonna do it. She's a virgin. She's very stubborn and she's protecting herself. So it's not gonna happen. For a very long time, I was that way. So I definitely understood what Giselle said when she said that.
You cry all the time, though.
Now I do, but before, I was stone cold, baby. You couldn't even get a smile. The people at the radio station that I worked at last was like, my emotions are the same every day. It's this. I didn't show emotions. So I definitely understand that.
What happened to you? Where did you come from?
I got into another damn relationship. That's what happened to me.
Was it the naked man that was the ex? What's going on with the ex on the beach? The naked man on the beach. Can we get an update? The naked ex on the beach that you had sex with in Florida, in Miami. You told us this the last time. The naked ex that you went out and the party I
never said he was naked. I never said he was naked. I said we was at the nude beach together. I didn't say he was naked.
That's the part you choose to refute.
There's nothing. I mean, that I don't know. I'm not going to put it. I don't know.
Okay.
I've still talked to a few of my exes right now.
So. I'm sure.
And I'll see one tomorrow.
Moving on.
We're in communication.
I'm sure. I just want to know if the naked ex that you had sex with in Florida, did you?
He wasn't naked.
Are you now talking?
I am in contact with a lot of my ex. Well, people that I've dated. They're not really exes, so I don't call them that. But I'm in contact with a lot of my exes right now. Whichever one steps up to the plate.
Okay.
We'll ride that journey.
You'll ride the journey?
I'm hanging out with them.
So
I'm hanging out with them tomorrow.
Oh, well, look at you. Go ahead and go and ride it.
Oh, no. Why you up in our business?
Who? Oh, they're
we talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac.
They're talking about they're asking questions to the chat for sure. Answer R&R. Okay, he asked the question. Go ahead and answer them. So what about the other part of the statement? Yes, that Busy Blue said.
What other part?
No, y'all heard what part he wanted to refute. He just said that the man was not nude. So all those other parts happened. Okay, and he said he's talking to a lot of them. You have to just watch it back. Sorry.
Tune in tomorrow. We'll have a conversation. Let's go back to Real Housewives of Potomac.
A scholar comes in She looked good. She was having fun.
I definitely just gave you a Giselle moment. And I just ran. I mean, like I naturally did it too.
But we already came to our conclusion. So any read that happens after that,
that's your conclusion. Now, I mean, that is true.
Busted wide open in Miami. So then a scholar comes out. She looking so cute, so precious. She says that she wants to make Giselle current, so if she can give everybody a makeover, it would be Giselle. She'll give her a makeover. Then they talk about Candice being a triple threat.
And Giselle said, "I don't give a damn. I like what I'm wearing. It looks fine for me." Fuck.
You know, and we said we know it looked just like you look like one of the singing sisters off of Hercules.
They call it the sixth sister from the Clark sisters.
Well. Okay. So if we go over Candice's story, everything that was happening. Andy asked, yeah, what are you sipping on?
Prosecco.
In that glass?
Well, yeah, because I can't find my other glass. I just put it in. And
did you only purchase one?
Let's move on.
Oh, you only purchased one?
What? Bottle Prosecco?
Glass.
No, I couldn't find it because I was trying to rush to get back here.
Where were you at?
I was outside, but I was talking to my friend, and I realized what time it was, so I rushed back here. I just grabbed the first glass that I saw. And it's a mixture with this vodka and white grape peach juice.
Vodka?
Yeah, it's like a little splash.
Okay. Somebody's gonna have a wild night tonight.
Well, in the morning. Go ahead.
Yes, bust it open in the morning. Okay, so after that, we ask who's listened to the album. Again, if you have not listened to Deep Space, do yourself a solid. It's even like a clean, like listen through. In the morning, you cleaning, you cooking, doing something like that. It's like it's an easy listen. It's really good. It's not overdone, and it actually like it's symphonic. Symphonic. It sounds good. It really is. It's a really, really good album. They asked if people listen to it. Only a couple of them listen to it. And Ashley says, I haven't, but I'm going to. You know, and he's like, well, what is it better than Coffee and Love? Oh, no, girl. That's a bop. Coffee and Love is a bop. Can you sing some of Coffee and Love? So
why would they? I don't know why they keep comparing her album to her single.
All the things I want to tell ya. We've been through it all, but we rise not fall.
I will say I do like Drag That. But I've been saying that though. I do like Drag That.
What you make me drive back. Drive back. Alexa, do you know Candice? No? Okay, play Summer Walker. Boo!
I don't know that one.
Alexa, play Candice Dillard Deep Space album.
She didn't hear that. All right, keep going.
Oh, but she heard me before?
She said, I don't know that one.
She knows it. So, but take a second, listen to it. It was really good. So then we get into that. They say, "Is a ratatata Candice here?" And she's like, "I'm in the ghetto." And she's like, "It's yet to be seen. We're not sure." They said that they talk about how is Chris getting paid. He's getting paid with love. Well, sex for money is a prostitute.
Well, that's true. That's very true.
We know you know, Mia. Thank you so much, sis.
She said
talk
that
about
too.
things that I know about things that I know.
But
She's so proud.
Isn't that a prostitute though?
That's why she spoke up.
Yeah, it's a prostitute. So it's Candice.
That's why she spoke. That's why she spoke up. Lex here, you know what you're talking about. Y'all childish. So after that, we get into. I'm gonna stop talking once we get into the aspect of them talking about her and how her mouthiness. So you're gonna have to take over. I'll take a break. But after that, we goes to how difficult it was. How did Chris feel when he saw those scenes? And she said she needed to tissue. This was a very hard thing for her, and I actually relate to her on this. I have been with.
You didn't relate to when we talked about it on the show when we did the reviews.
What didn't I relate to?
When this first happened, I said this isn't right because when Mama Dorothy and the whole Christmas.
I didn't say Mama Dorothy was right.
Okay.
Mama Dorothy gonna say what she gonna say. I'm talking about Candice.
Right.
I'm talking about Candice. Yeah, I didn't think that the lady was right, but it's not gonna stop her. As I'm saying that it puts now Candice in a very hard spot.
And
because
to the point where now you
were dating people.
Yeah, but to the point now where she's where she is now, where like she can't, like she had to cut her relationship with her mom, and she didn't cut her relationship off.
That's what she just. She said she cussed her out, and now
it's very different.
And the mom doesn't have a relationship.
I thought that I was so happy that Giselle and Robyn finally spoke up and said, Miss Dorothy, what's the problem? It wasn't Mia. It was, even though Mia asked questions.
Mia was the problem too.
No, she wasn't. It was Mama Dorothy. When Giselle said, I was like, this is what I've been saying. I've been saying this the entire time. Mama Dorothy was the problem. It wasn't Mia, because had she not came to Mia and asked her anything, they would never have that conversation. She went and talked to every single one. She doesn't like Chris this much. Mama Dorothy should have. Candice's problem, her anger was directed towards Mia because she didn't want to cuss out her mother. When she watched it back and when Giselle checked her on it, then she went to go check her mother because her mother was the problem. And I still stand by that. I also feel like it's really bad for Candice to have to sit in the middle of her mother and her husband, because the stuff that she says about him, she says it one in front of him. And it wasn't okay. Need some tissue?
Oh no, girl, I'll pay your bills. I just started taking up stuff. I went through a toll, so they had sent me something while you talking. I said, might as well just take out the checkbook, try to pay one of these tolls while you're here. I'm not gonna deal with this. So $8.90. Let me make sure the girls get their cash. But I felt like Mia was also wrong. And I'm glad Wendy told her to shut up. You talking, shut up. If she was crying over there, maybe when her friend should have told her that what you say, shut up.
Mia wasn't wrong with what she said, though.
She was.
No, she wasn't. Because
two wrongs don't make it right. What's bothersome about what you're saying?
And you're right. You're right. Can you hear us? You're right. You're right at what you're saying. The only thing is, when they were to report it back what Mia was doing, not what her mother was doing. That's it. All right. Well, while Busy's doing that, yo, let's go ahead and finish taking this house tour.
Y'all not gonna take a damn thing. You're supposed to now do this part as she got there talking about how difficult it was with now being over with her in-laws and how sad it is. We talked about then them trying to crucify her for Busy. Loki wants to be busy.
I believe it.
I know enough drag queens.
You and me will have so much fun together.
I know enough drag queens. So you want to talk about what happened after that? Because I have some really deep feelings, and I don't want to go into them. So go ahead.
Right. What are we talking about now?
Then they said, "Well, what about how is that working for you, Candice?"
We've talked about this entire season, so you know how I feel about it personally. I don't feel like the way that Candice talks. I mean, not the way that she talks, but I want her to understand the difference between shade and being disrespectful. That's it. I think that it's a valid question. I know how you feel about it. I just feel very differently about it because I feel like Candice could be the shadiest person on the show. Like Candice could bypass Giselle and everybody else if she wanted to. And her saying that she's better than everybody else didn't make sense to me because it's like, you're not right now. And Karen was right. It's her and Giselle because it's about shade. We're not talking about Joning because Joning has nothing to do with what Candice is doing on that show. Joning is basically it's a competition between two people passing off jokes, but it's established at the beginning of this. We're going back and forth making jokes. That's not what happens when Candice starts going off. And so that never made sense to me. So I don't think that I still stood the same place. I've told it to her husband. I've told it to you. I've told it to YouTube. Hopefully, and even Candice this season, in the beginning, she was shady. It was good. But when it came to Mia, down to that your mama thing, even though she didn't know, it still was crazy. And then she still said it on the reunion. She doesn't get it still. That's all I got. While Busy is writing out. Are you ready? Are you done?
All right. After that, we get into
that's shady.
Sorry, let me put this check in here. Let me let the girl pay her bills while we doing this.
What did you think I was gonna say that was different?
No, I didn't think you were gonna say anything different. I'm done being triggered. I'm done with the double standard, and I don't want to hear. I listened to you, but I'm done with the going back and forth about whether
I think
or not
people feel and Giselle the same treatment when it comes to.
I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. I believe in you. I believe that you believe in your heart that you do, and so I don't change that. I've not stopped. I've stopped trying to convince or communicate about it. There's just some things that you have to look at someone and you have to understand. I remember political science 101, what law and policy 101. You have to both be able to agree that the grass is green before we start to talk about what color the sky is. And I don't think that we are even on looking logically, for me personally, at the same aspects. Okay. So I didn't think that your opinion was going to change.
It hadn't changed. Yeah. I want to ask you this though. How did you feel about Robyn asking her if she wasn't on the show, would that relationship change?
I thought it was a valid question. Because Dorothy would be different. Dorothy wouldn't be different. She'll always be Dorothy. You could tell she'll always be that way. But it wouldn't have played out on television.
Mm-hmm. So what I thought about was this. I felt like last season they wanted Monique and Candice off that show. Okay. They used Candice to bait Monique so that they can fight, so they can kick both of them off. But Candice is still there. Because you can tell that like they're changing their direction towards Candice now. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it doesn't really make I don't think that she's besides, her mouth, she hasn't done it to them for real.
Right.
So when Robyn asked, I was like, oh, Giselle told her to ask us because why would Robyn of all, because Candice have never said nothing bad to Robyn. Why would she ask her that?
All she asked was, if you weren't on the show, do you think it will be different?
Yeah, but it's almost like I'm gaslighting this a little bit. Like, let me sprinkle a little bit of salt on here real quick.
They've been gaslighting her since the beginning. Was saying you almost got physically attacked. Bitch, almost. What show you watching? That my wig was messed up.
Yeah.
Almost.
But I think this is the reason why I got so mad with Candice last season, because it wasn't about just Monique. It was about her and Monique. They wanted them both off that show. They used Candice. And I was going to make a video yesterday. I was like, I'm going to just wait. Because
like Portia said, she used me to get to you.
Yeah. because Giselle wants them off that show. And Candice feels like Giselle likes her. She doesn't. She doesn't like her for real. So she pinned the friends that were those girls together to get into a fight. One left, the other one stayed. And now Candice has left. Because what they did this season was try to get Wendy and Candice off.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work. But
I wake up early in the morning.
And that's why earlier I was saying I'm glad that Candice and Wendy have teamed up because at least they have each other's back. Because they got Sharice off, they got Monique off, Katie got off by herself, but those other two, they got them off that show.
I can see that. I'm not sure. I'm not certain that's what it is really happening, but I can see that for sure.
Giselle put that battery in Candice's back last season to get that in that fight. Because they were friends.
Yeah, but she walked away. I'm not doing this right now. I'm not doing it. Okay, so then after that, I do like that Candice said to Mia, and let me tell you something, you light-skinned, big, Jolly the Green Giant, puffer fish face prostitute in the penthouse. If your mother relapses, like I've been saying this entire season, it's on you. And thank God when it was like, I agree. You would be the reason why your mother relapsed. You brought her on this show. That lady sat down at that table. I would never forget it when they first had their first sit down with her at that restaurant. And she said, I don't want to go there. I'm not doing that. Oh, but your mother wanted to tell her story. She just had to tell her story. Your mother did not even want to say it. And she was like, why? No, it's okay. Go ahead and say it. And that lady was like, we're not talking about that. But you forced her to say it. How she was on drugs, how she left her children with that man who was cheating on her downstairs in the basement, getting high. They took her, you forced her to say those things. And then you dragged it out the entire season. And then with your mother, you're going to say that it's going to be my fault if she relapses. It's your fault.
Believe it. Okay.
That really peed me off. Only because I also deal with people who deal with addictions. And the fact that you're trying to misplace or misdirect the fact that you're triggering your mom, or get out of here.
Okay. Just like you gave me the last, I'm going to give you that.
That was the end of it.
That was the end of the episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm really dreading watching Nicki Minaj on there.
Why?
I honestly, when they were talking about her at the beginning, I skipped it because I recorded it and I skipped over when they showed the video. When they were talking about it, I was like, I don't want to watch it. What do you think about the colorism issue that have been mentioned regarding Housewives of Potomac?
Good question.
I think it's real.
You think it's real, but then you also say that. Well, I'm not going into it.
I don't. My personal opinion about Candice has nothing to do with what's going on the show.
I think that the colorism plays into it.
I feel like the stuff that Candice says for my own personal self is like, why would you be saying this? Okay. I do feel like that. But I do think they're harder on Candice than everybody else. I'm hard on Giselle and Candice at the same time. So I can't say that my view is that way because you people, Giselle, I'm like, no, Giselle's like, I don't agree with Giselle's crap that she do. Just like I don't agree with Candice stuff. So I don't subscribe to that. I've never just been like gunning on Candice because Candice is a brown skinned girl. I have never done that. But I mean, I do get that she gets it a little harder than everybody else. I do think that Candice says things that is really out of the line a lot of times. But Giselle does dirty things that are out of line.
Name 3 out of the line things that Candice has said.
I don't think that it was okay by her calling Ashley white body after she had that baby. I don't. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, so it was the wide body.
I didn't like Candice's appearance on Twitter. The stuff that she was saying outside of the show. Which
I said name something. Also, you like what she called Ashley a roach?
A roach when she was having a baby. I don't think that was okay.
Okay. So it sounds like the actions towards Ashley, the one who she's been fighting the most. It's not like every
I feel like the fight that she towards Ashley, I don't feel like her throwing a knife is okay. I don't think that's okay.
So it's every one of them that deal with the white adjacent one.
Huh?
The one with anyone that deals with the white adjacent.
Okay, so this is why I didn't really want. This is why I really slowed down on everything today, because I want to say this:
her body was wide. She was wide,
but she just had a baby. Of course, it's wide. So that's.
So then, what's the issue? If we're all talking facts, what's the issue?
Because the thing is that you don't.
You want your wide body ass down there.
Are you asking me a question?
Are we talking facts or no?
The fact is that when a woman
was wide body.
The fact is when a woman is pregnant and after she has a baby, you don't make fun of her weight. You don't. You're not supposed to do that. The other thing is that Candice just goes like way lower than the belt. Like, and me, her husband have talked about this. I know that what I'm saying isn't wrong. Because I told him, I was like, I wish that Candice understood the art of shade. Candice could be the best shade person on the show. I wish we talked to Kenya. I wish her and Kenya become good friends. So Kenya could teach her like where the line is drawn.
I don't think she needs to be taught anything.
She does, because what she says out of her mouth sometimes is just not right.
No, you guys are colorists and you look at her differently. And that's the point in the period. Ashley has come out here and done the worst.
Wait, what'd you say?
You all are colorists and you look at her differently depending on how white.
I never thought of
because Ashley has been trash. And people have looked over anything that Ashley.
You're talking about Ashley from the beginning of the show versus now.
Yeah, because she's had a baby.
Okay.
Because you said, oh, well, she has a record deal, so that's why she don't act like this no more. That's why she not saying that stuff on Twitter. And that's not okay. But Ash got a baby and now she acts different, but that's okay. Y'all pick and choose when people can change.
Okay. Well, you pick and choose when Ashley can change.
No, I see Ashley the same way she is.
No, Ashley has been changed. Her and Candice fight now. Ashley ain't been nobody else's business.
That same lady who brought her breast milk down to Williamsburg so that she could just say
that was from Giselle, though. That was from her. Even Wendy said that. She said, when I watched it back, I realized it was from Giselle. It wasn't from Ashley. So if you want to pick and choose about Candice changing, Ashley has been stopped that mess long time ago. Why are we still hanging on what Ashley did to compare her to Candice? What has Ashley done recently? That was Ashley. Okay. What was Ashley's business? What has she done recently?
I'm saying okay.
No, I'm asking. You asked me a question. I'm asking you a question.
I have not seen Ashley do anything.
No, we saw her do stuff when they first started.
I have not seen her do anything.
See, okay.
I don't think that the ladies.
This is why I don't want to answer this question.
She don't even have a job.
This is why I don't want to answer this question. Neither does Candice.
And that's the colorist. That's the colorist.
She's making music.
Candice
now.
Doesn't have a job.
She's making music now. That started last season.
And what is Ashley doing?
She's having babies. Neither one of them have a job yet.
I'm not doing now.
Candice got signed to a record deal.
She has been.
We all know how that
television shows.
Busy.
She's also filmed pilots.
Busy.
When Ashley was sitting down there, we've seen her in 2 television shows and a pilot. And she was in that Christmas movie.
And a movie. That's not a consistent job, though. That's not a consistent job. We can say that Ashley has a job because she's on Housewives of Potomac.
Okay.
I know we were talking about this. Ashley has a job too.
Don't give her no point.
Ashley's job is Housewives of Potomac. If we're talking about Candice working on TV,
you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, you should be ashamed of yourself. They both do the same thing.
No, they don't. No, they do not.
Okay.
No, they do not. And you're
the difference is
Ashley stays up there and let her man touch whoever he wants to around about. She has babies. Candice is out here acting. She's singing. She also was doing a small tour for her show. She had to promote her team. She had to promote her music video and shoot them. And Ashley was sitting here laying in bed. That filthy milkmaid with Gollum was making children. Do not degrade Candice and say she's not doing anything, while the only thing that Ashley sits here and does is open up her legs for that old man who would rather touch Robyn's husband. I won't have it. That's trash. That is trash. They are not the same.
Okay. This is why I want to talk about Candice with you, because
it's frustrating because it's like
the frustrating thing is
like these blinders are on, and y'all see Ashley as this. I don't get it. They
both did music. They both are on the same TV show. Yes, Candice did act on one season of that family reunion show on Netflix. She acted in a movie. That was it. Like, they're doing the same thing.
She was shooting pilots. We don't know where the pilots went.
We don't know what Ashley's pilots went. We know that Karen's going to be in a movie soon. Are they doing the same thing? They're doing the same stuff.
Okay.
Neither one of them clock into a job or have a business. I mean, Candice, if Candice's music career works out, yes, I get it. But right now, she's signed to a label. She owes money at this point. She doesn't earn nothing.
Okay.
We all know signing to a label is the death of an artist who can't be successful. So
we don't know what deal she was getting. It probably was just a distribution.
Fine, let's say that.
Because she paid for the music video herself before she signed. She had already paid.
Now she's signed. They're going to give her an advance. They're going to give her an advance. So
if that's what she was looking for, she just got a distribution bill.
If you're signed to a label, this is what they do so they can market you.
They don't do everything like that. I used to do this.
Okay.
When you're signing to a label, you don't have to get everything that's on the table. She already had her music video. She already had her singles and her music recorded. If anything, she probably needed distribution. And they don't give you an advance for distribution, girl. I already have everybody else that I need. All I need is somebody to put it out there.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is that whatever you feel like happened here is going to happen. Because you're saying something.
Whatever I feel like happened is happening.
Because that's not what Candice said. She said I signed a record deal. She just said I just signed a distribution deal. She said I signed a record deal. I'm signed to this label, which means this label is backing her. Which means the label is backing her music. Busy.
People know
which means the label is backing her music. Which means they're putting money in there. Which means she owes them now.
People know the layman. It's easier to just say I got a record deal.
You know how long I've been around the music industry?
I don't give a. That's not what I'm asking. People.
So I know what that is. I know what that is.
Oh my God! You know what that is. You talked to Chris. Everything happened. Look,
I'm just telling you.
Is that you have been very disrespectful to his wife and looking at the stuff that she has read. If they're still talking to you, I'm telling you that they should be talking. This whole
since I've known you, we had these reviews.
Yes.
Tell me when I was disrespecting Candice. And I'll wait. He got to think about it. So let's give him some time. Ashley puts us through that cringe-worthy seductive scene. It was terrible. Thank you. You got to think about when I disrespected her because I literally been fighting for her damn husband this entire season. I cannot agree with the stuff about her mouth all the time, but I've been fighting for her and her family this entire season with him. So get busy trying to think about when I disrespected Candice, and we'll come back and we're gonna talk about it. It's not. Did you think of something?
No, I've decided to not try.
Thank you. You've been trying to give Candice a chance all season and a half.
Yeah, no, he has. He has.
I literally have it when it came down to Mama Dorothy, when it came down to Candice, like all season, even I listened to Drive Back, I liked it. I've been saying all this stuff. So what I was saying before this season,
you know what? You have been a soldier for her. You have been a soldier for her.
I've been a soldier for her now. But I have given Candice a chance. I took my blinders off. Hey, Monique is gone. The fight is over. I knew it was because of Giselle.
You've been with her. I'm on your side. You've been with her.
But what did I say that was disrespectful to Candice this season?
Now that I thought about it, nothing.
I haven't said anything disrespectful about her.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Are we wrapping this up now?
I'm done.
Okay. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Busy Blue, no space, no E, on all social media platforms: Twitter, Twitch, Instagram.
That was it. All right, y'all. This was good. I don't know, but he's gonna cut me out when we get done with this. But I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll have some fun tomorrow.
We will. Y'all will. Y'all will. I'm excited. I'll be there.
Bye, y'all.
See you later.